Hey, what's up, Bragg Moving Hall? This is Steven. I spoke to you on Facebook, and this is that video I promised you. Now, I'm going to be going over a couple things here. There's two factors that really come into play when it comes to ranking you locally and showing up locally, and that's of course your website and your Google Business profile. I'm going to be going over your Google Business profile first, but I did want to bring something to your attention. First and foremost, is when you hit this website tab from your Google Business profile, it takes you to your website, but the URL is this Go High Level app. And I also noticed that you're coming up with your main domain right here. So that would be important to go ahead and just change that. And I know it doesn't like seem major, but it can actually affect trust, branding, and consistency. So ideally, you want that pointing to your domain that you have right here. So let me go ahead and jump right in. Now, dealing with your Google Business profile, when people are searching these terms like moving company, Fayetteville, NC, first thing is going to pop up are ads, and these are kind of hit or miss. They have a relatively low click through rate, like about 5% or less of people are clicking on these. And the people that do have if they have on a pop up blocker or an ad blocker, I mean, they're not going to show up at all. But right underneath there, this is the map pack. This has to do with your Google Business profile. And studies have shown that it's right around, depending on the industry, it's right around 70% of people are going to be clicking on one of these three businesses here. And if you're not in the top three, that means you're on page two, which makes you virtually invisible. Nobody's really clicking on more businesses. So there's like five main factors here to get you ranked in the top three. And most people are not aware of them. Most people think it's just reviews, but I will show you. Let me show you. Sorry about that. Here we go. So I've got a document here, and this is according to Google's 2026 local search algorithm. These are weighted categories, which are most important. So the number one, 28% are behavior signals. And we're not really going to get those behavior signals. That's real time user engagement, people clicking on your website through your Google business profile, calling you, viewing your photos, just interacting with your Google business profile. But in order for that to happen, we need all the rest of these other four categories to be pretty much 100%. So the next weighted category at 25% is your Google business profile completeness. Now, believe it or not, most businesses are not completing it. If you complete it and fully optimize your Google business profile, you're ahead of 80 to 90% of the businesses out there, right? And that means getting your right main category, which you do have is mover, but you also want the proper secondary categories. And then you want to list the services underneath them. And not only that, but under the services, you want some very detailed descriptions under there as well. And there's other things that are involved in that. But once you have that, and these are all foundational, next are reviews, right? And you can't really control the reviews, but you can prompt people. And let me show you something that I'm doing for a current client right now, and what I do for all my clients. I kind of coach them. And of course, this is branded towards her clientele, right? She is a realtor, but she gives at closing, she's giving everyone one of these cards. It's a front and back card. It thanks them for their business, and it just asks them for a quick Google review. They flip it over. There's a QR code that will take them there, and it gives them helpful review ideas. This is big. It's not about the number of reviews, because you can see it's daunting here, right? 2 men in a truck have 605. Stewart Moving and Storage have 1.2 thousand. So it's like, how can I ever catch up? And the truth is, I mean, you might not ever catch up, but Google rewards consistency, right? You want just a consistent uh, review flow, right? And also, you want to this kind of coaches your clients what to put, like the area, in your case, the area where this happened, what it was like working with you, those type of things. Those reviews really help. All right. The next is going to be, it's called on-page SEO and schema. This basically has to do with your website, because your Google business profile and your website kind of work in tandem. So the services that you have on your Google business profile, you want them to match service pages on your website. And you don't have to have them all. I usually suggest 20 to 30 services on your Google business profile, and about between 6 to 10 services on your website, but your core services, and make sure that the headers on your website service pages match up exactly to the services on your Google business profile. That's good alignment that creates trust with Google. It's huge. And then last is what we call ecosystem authority. This has to do with what we call citations. Now, citation is basically your business's name, address, and phone number. This is what we call NAP, um, on directories across the internet. And these directories are things like Bing Places, Yelp, uh, Apple Business. There's quite a few of them. There's like the top 50 you definitely want to be in. And then there's also these things we call data aggregators. And there's three big ones there. And once you're verified into those aggregators, they actually will take your business information, push it out to actually hundreds of other GPS systems, applications, um, uh, and directories. And the big thing here is consistency. You want to make sure that your name, address, and phone number is exactly the same on your webs, from your website to your Google business profile to all the directories you go out to. You have those. You master these four right here, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5 steps here. You will get the behavior signals and you will show up on that map pack. Now I'm just going to go ahead and talk about your website real quick. Let me get back over here. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. And the number one spot here captures anywhere from like 30 to 50% of traffic of people searching this they're gonna click on the number one spot here. Now, the main factor here is what we call backlinks. Now, when we're talking about backlinks, it's essentially other websites out on the internet that have a link on one of their pages. And once that link is clicked, it actually links back to your page. This is an example of a backlink, and Google uses backlinks is pretty much an online referral system. And the more relevant that this website is to your industry, the better. So take, for example, you have a local blog, like a local blog page here in Fayetteville or surrounding area, or another popular industry site that's linking back to your site. That's what's actually going to help push your website up in these rankings, right? So if you're on, you get enough of those high quality backlinks from those relevant websites, and you fulfill all these steps here, or these categories, you will actually be in good position for the top 3 here and the top spot here as well. Now, I hope that made sense here. If this is something you would like some help on, and you want to see if we want to work together on this, you can give me a call. My number is 910-551-2006, or you can just respond back to me on Facebook. But either way, man, it's good to see you out on this page. I hope you do well in the Fayetteville market, man. Take care. Bye-bye.